welcome into the PHNX Best Daily Podcast presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm Johnny Venerable, and I'm looking at a man I would just love to slap right in the face, Mr. Espo, here on a Monday. I thought to myself, okay, Shane's out today. He's number 2 on my list, but your number 1 is I just would like to give you a nice slap.
Johnny, are you preparing to star in the Danny DeVito, role in Twins? Is that what you're playing in Twins 2? You're gonna play Danny DeVito role?
Actually,
short in stature, big on laughs. Johnny Venerable, everybody.
Oh man, we got some slappers here on a Monday. Let's just start right there because what everybody wants to talk about. Are you team Chris Rock? Are you team Will Smith? How do you? Let me give me your theory on this whole thing.
I'm team entertainment first and foremost, and that was quality entertainment. I'm not convinced that it wasn't premeditated.
You're still one of those people who think it's...
Well, look, for one reason.
They're talking about taking his Oscar away this morning.
Well, that's ridiculous. The Oscar wasn't given to him because he showed up. It was given to him for the work he did. So you don't take the Oscar away because of that. Maybe ban him from the next Oscars in attendance, fine. But look, Will Smith's career has been very carefully calculated, crafted, every step meticulously planned. I find it very hard to believe that a guy that spent so much time crafting his career had a moment like that. That was not somehow premeditated.
You are in the minority because the overwhelming majority feel like it was real. I think it's real. Here's what I will say. I would let anyone in the office slap me in the face if I could get a Cardinals show to do the kind of numbers that Suns does. So I would love to be able to sign my soul for that. Maybe Will Smith in turn told the Academy, hey guys, if you give me the Oscar, we'll do this rendition with Chris Rock. I'll slap him in the face. I wonder if you're going to go full blown conspiracy theory.
I just, I don't know. He got some definite buzz off of it, positive or negative. Look, if you're sitting right here, I'd slap you across the face if it would get us there. I'd do that if it got you Suns numbers. But look, it was a very weird moment. But I think the big winner. And I think if there were odds on somebody coming out of a controversial Oscar moment as the big winner, this guy would have been leading. It would have been the favorite. Denzel somehow in all that chaos and Will Smith's acceptance speech comes out looking still like the coolest dude ever, no matter what. Like every year that dude just looks cool, and he had that moment in all of this chaos as well. So Denzel, to me, comes out the big winner.
I think it's minus 500. It was real. Plus 500. It was staged. But I don't like my odds either way. I do like my odds here on a Monday when we're talking NBA action. Over the weekend, we saw a multitude of favorites advance in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, the Duke Blue Devils, UNC set to go head-to-head Kansas. Just a lot of prohibitive favorites. Villanova. I was not on the show Friday. Jacob, do we have Shane's picks so I can rip on them? Okay, so he did have Miami. That was a big stinker. He did have Providence keeping it close. I believe that was a stinker as well. He did have the UNC money line, so good for him. We had a kind of an up and down week last week. My tournament did not go well. I do not want to see Coach K advance, and we've gotten to the point now he's in the Final Four. I think it's going to be rigged for him to win the national championship, so bet accordingly. But they should have lost to Michigan State before the Sweet 16. I had big money on Michigan State. That didn't work out, so I hope you all at home and you, Espo, were able to make some money despite Coach K and the fact that they show his wife every 2 seconds. I'm just not into that. Let it be about the players.
Look, my bracket was in flames within, I think, day 3 of the tournament. It was in flames. I try not to bet a lot on the tournament until you get into that Elite Eight, Final Four, just because one game, so much chaos can happen, and we saw a lot of that throughout this tournament. What did surprise me is that this is going to be the first time UNC and Duke have met in the tournament.
Yeah.
With how much these two teams have been powerhouses, I would have made a bet on they had played before in the tournament. It surprised me when I heard that fact that this will be the first time they face off.
Very poetic. And of course, Duke got their ass kicked in the last game of the regular season before the ACC tournament by UNC. So I'm sure they're out for blood. That'll be a great matchup. We'll discuss that in great detail as we progress throughout the week. But I want to remind everybody before we get to our picks tonight, head on over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, even if you aren't a college basketball fan. But if you are, join in the action during the biggest tournament of the year. Turn your team's biggest victory into your own big victory, and new customers can bet just $5 on any team to win. Get $200 in free bets if they do. It's that simple. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet on college hoops and the NBA with same-game parlays, which we do here often, and we're going to talk about here in a bit. Combine multiple bets from the same game for an even bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, reliable, and best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. It's a call to action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use that promo code PHNX. Bet $5 on any college hoops team to win. UNC, Duke, Kansas, Villanova, and get $200 in free bets if they do. DraftKings Sportsbook 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. You do have to deposit a minimum of $5. Eligibility restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details.
What is the most legs you've ever put on a parlay?
In a same game?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Let's go same game.
Same game, probably only like 3 or 4. Complete parlay. I've done 10. Everybody's done like 10 to 15 leg parlays where you put down $2 and you try to hit it big at plus 2,500 or plus 5,000. The most recent one during the NFL season, I think I parlayed the same game when the Cardinals played the Cleveland Browns, and I was heavy on the Browns because the Cardinals were COVID ridden. They didn't have a coach. And a lot of their Chandler Jones, a bunch of their players were out. And of course that didn't go well for me, but I would always hedge my bet during the year on the Cardinals. So many games I went into the season thinking they were going to blow it. And so I would go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I would dabble, and then they'd end up winning, and I could swallow my losses a little easier. Do you ever hedge your bet like that with the Suns? Probably not a good idea.
No, and I want to do like a centipede same game parlay where it's got so many legs you just don't know what the hell's going on. This ad just gets me intrigued to add as many legs as I possibly can to something.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of the Suns, we're going to talk NBA, which is your wheelhouse, Mr. Espo. You're a man of many talents, but let's focus on the NBA tonight. The Suns are off, right? But we do have some tasty nuggets as it relates to what I think is a very quality Monday slate of NBA action. You want to kick us off with your picks?
First, I want to say you can tell that both of us are dads because you say tasty nuggets, and I'm thinking those chicken nuggets that we're cooking for our kids. I know you probably will.
Dino nuggets are a staple in our house.
Definitely. Yeah, I can. If Jacob's got the actual graphics in there, I can tell you. I didn't go all NBA. I felt a little saucy. I apologize.
Spring training.
I had to branch out. Look, I like the Celtics +8 against Toronto. Celtics just moved into the number 1 seed. I get it. Their center's hurt with an MCL tear, but overall, the Celtics have been playing so well. If I can get 8 points, I'm going to take those 8 points and hope that they get within that in that range there. I'm feeling like I wanted to make a total degenerate pick today since I'm sitting in Shane's seat. I figured I would. I went D-backs money line in spring training against the Dodgers because who the hell knows what's going to happen in a spring training game? But the 6th or 7th inning, you're playing a bunch of guys that'll be in Mobile, Alabama come July. I could get plus 160 on the D-backs. I took it. And then the puck line at 1.5 for the Yotes. I'm going to take it at plus 140. That's kind of my mixed bag of things today. I didn't go all NBA. My apologies.
It's no problem. Hey, if I knew hockey, I would bet it. I don't. A great segment, I think, for this show before the NHL playoffs is we should have Leah on, and she should quiz me on NHL rules and regulations, and then we'll do the flip side for the NFL season. I think that would be fun.
Kick your ass.
She would. I would get destroyed. She knows much more about football than I do about hockey. All right, let's get into my picks. I am going exclusively all NBA because it's where I've been most profitable lately. I'm over 70% in the last 2 weeks. The Warriors are somehow getting 10.5, even though the Grizzlies have been on fire. I'm not buying it. Sure, Memphis can win this game, but double digits with Steve Kerr, I'm taking that. I also am taking the Celtics, as you are. Celtics are one of the hottest teams. Now they're off a back-to-back. They won last night, but they're playing a Raptor team that I think is a little bit fraudulent, as we've seen over the second half. And the Celtics with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been the hottest team in the Eastern Conference. I know, is the Eastern Conference basically not on your radar, Espo, because, the Suns are just so dominant out west, but I think we could see the Celtics make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's not going to matter. Whoever makes it from the East is going to get destroyed. I'm not going to say by who. I'm not going to tempt the basketball gods, but I do not believe in the Eastern Conference whatsoever this year.
All right, very good. And then, of course, the Nuggets, I think, are going to roll Charlotte. They're a 3.5-point favorite, and they have a certain MVP candidate that we're going to talk about here in a second. But I'm basically going to double down. If the Denver Nuggets are led by an MVP, I got to see an MVP kind of effort tonight. I think we will, even though I feel like Devin Booker is the MVP of the NBA. You want to just hedge your bet here with some of these MVP candidates late in the year: Jason Tatum, Joker, Devin
Nikola
Booker,
Jokic. There you go.
Jokic.
Look, you went 1 for 3. I don't think the Warriors cover that spread, and then I also don't think that Denver wins by 3 or 4. I think that's a close game, mostly because I dislike the Denver Nuggets immensely. So
I know, that's why I picked it. And yes, Jokic. Let's talk about my prop. Do you have a prop?
No, but I could. Well, you talk about yours. I'll find one.
Okay,
that's how good I am.
So Nikolai's average for the season is just under 27. He has been playing phenomenal, and his points per game against Charlotte this season have been 29. If de facto, he will hit the over tonight at -110. This is just a little salt in the wound for all the people that are staunch Devin Booker MVP supporters, which I am of the mindset. But, just like I mentioned with the Cardinals at Cleveland earlier this year, I like to dabble so my feelings aren't hurt too much. And I do think he's due for a big game tonight. It's the stage is set here. We're in late March, early April. I mean, the voting is going to be decided upon here in the next 2 to 3 weeks before the playoffs tip off. And I do think it's between he and Booker. And you can get those odds, by the way, right now at the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Yeah, did you notice? I haven't checked after yesterday, but after Thursday's performance, Devin Booker moved up to the 4th best odds to win MVP in the league. Now he's still plus 3,000, but there was a lot of movement over this last week for him in those odds. It was Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis ahead of him, but still interesting. So
I've got the MVP odds right now. Devin Booker is now plus 2,500. He is still 4th. Joel Embiid is the prohibitive favorite at -200. Joker is at plus 150. Giannis is at plus 800. I don't know how you could pick Giannis over Devin Booker. And Joel Embiid, I think that team just has second round playoff exit written all over them. I'm not buying Philadelphia this year, per usual. But yeah, Devin Booker, if you're interested right now, DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 2,500.
Yeah. Amazing how much that line's moving. LaMelo Ball, I'm going to take tonight, 30 plus points at a plus 475.
I like it. You can tell what else I like. I like if you go over to the gophnx.com website right now, check out my article, most recent mock draft, Johnny's mock draft 2.0. I've got the Cardinals taking a plug-and-play player at pick 23. And, of course, you can get that content as well as the phenomenal content by my many talented peers, including Craig Morgan, Mike Luke, Anthony Totri, and others at gophnx.com. Become a new member, 50 cents for the first month, $8.99 for the subsequent months, or you can be like Espo and I, get a free t-shirt from the PHNX merchandise locker. If you pay just under $60 for the entire year, you can sport this phenomenal Suns tee. I'm repping the Suns brand today. Mr. Espo is doubling down. He's got his PHNX hat on, which should be available soon, as well as a fresh Coyotes tee, which I believe had been up until recently buy one, get one half off at the merchandise locker.
And there's now an MVP1 shirt on on the site that just went live last night. So if you're back in book, go get the shirt. So also, Johnny, very bold of you to go with quarterback in the first round in your mock draft for the Cardinals.
You want to see our website burn to the ground. That's what would happen if that did as a result. I need to pick up the point guard shirt before the playoff run, before the finals run for the Suns, because I'm going to tell you right now, folks, if you're not loading up on Suns gear ahead of this championship run at the PHNX merchandise locker, this stuff sells out and it sells out quick. It is the most durable, comforting fabric. I have this t-shirt on. I'm going to go run in it later this afternoon before Cardinals at 4 p.m. And speaking of PHNX Cardinals Live, the official debut that people have been asking all weekend, 4 p.m., myself and the debut of my new co-host, beat reporter for the Arizona Cardinals, Bo Brock, formerly of Locked On Cardinals fame, will now be joining the PHNX Cardinals family. We are so excited to have him. You know, Espo, I figure one of these days we'll bring him on to bets. We'll torture him in this setting. But, yeah, couldn't be more excited to debut with Bo today.
Wait, his name's not Bob Rock? I got to go change a lot of things.
That joke wasn't funny on Friday. It's not funny today.
I don't know these people. I just I hear things through the grapevine.
I want to remind everybody, be sure to like, subscribe, become a member, subscribe on YouTube, follow me at Twitter at Johnny Venerable, follow Espo at Twitter at Espo. It's a damn good handle. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out tomorrow. Maybe Shane will be back from his extended vacation. I'm Johnny Venerable. We'll see you tomorrow.
Johnny still